Hello.
Hi, are you ready to answer 33 questions?
Sure, come on in. Let me show you around.
This is an awesome house. How long have you lived here?
20 years.
Where did you grow up?
Buffalo, New York.
What's your favorite color?
Blue, a particular shade of blue found in the ocean off the coast of Maui. But I'm colorblind, so I don't know if I see it the same way you do.
Do you play any musical instruments?
In elementary school, I played French horn, kept playing it through high school, first year of college. Also play some piano, a little bit of guitar.
Have you ever played with anyone in the conservatory at Oberlin?
Actually, yes. My son did violin lessons with Molly Johnson, who has a Suzuki violin studio in town, and she'd have whoever was accompanying the child be on the program with them. So you'd have like Diana Kalin playing a piece accompanied by her mother, Andrea Kalin. Andrea is the current dean of the conservatory. You'd have Skylar Coleman accompanied by Randy Coleman, a retired professor of composition. Then you'd have Dima Bosch accompanied by Bob Bosch, mathematician. And it sounded pretty much as you would expect.
What's your favorite act or activity or sport?
Probably golf. It's not really a sport, but more of an activity. I like playing golf with my son.
Do you prefer cats or dogs?
It used to be cats, but now it's more dogs.
How do you take your coffee?
Year-round cold brew black.
What's your favorite social media platform?
Twitter.
And what's your favorite movie of all time?
Let's see, relatively recent one, Grand Budapest Hotel.
Which historical figure would you love to have coffee with?
There's kind of a obscure figure named Sebastian Trichet. He was, I think he was born in the late 1600s, ended up working for Louis XIV. He ended up designing canals and fountains, and he was really one of the great figures who's not that well known. He invented machines that could move adult trees from one place to another. He invented the first vector font, hundreds of years before any computer, and he wrote the first paper that combined math and art back in the early 1700s. So I'm a big fan of that paper and him as a result.
Who's the most influential person in your life?
My wife, Kathy, for sure.
And what was your first job?
Lifeguard, actually.
Do you have any nicknames?
Family members call me Sandy, actually, which is short for Alexander.
What was one of your New Year's resolutions?
Exercise more.
What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Kathy and I took a long hike in the high country of Yosemite one year. We started up in Tuolumne Meadows, went to the top of Clouds Rest and back in one day. It's not usually done as a day hike, but we did it. It was fun.
What's the first concert you ever went to?
Let's see, this was in Buffalo. It was the Buffalo Philharmonic. The reason my mom took me there is they were playing Strauss Horn Concerto. I was playing French horn at the time, and it was great for me to see that this really wonderful French hornist made a big glaring mistake in the opening passage that he had to play. The rest was beautiful. He was a great hornist, but it made me feel better about my own playing.
Who made that piece of art behind you?
Actually, I did. I do this type of thing. It's one continuous line that forms that image. There's a lot of math that went into the construction, so I'm a mathematician who combines math and art, so it's important to me in that regard. Also, the subject matter is important to me. This is based on a photo that I took of me and my father. This was taken maybe when I was 5 years old, the year before he passed away. The single line nature of this kind of asserts that we're connected. So it has a lot of meaning and power to me.
When did you make it?
Oh, let's see, maybe 2 years ago.
What's your favorite meal to cook for yourself?
I make a pretty mean omelet.
Who would play you in a movie about your life?
Let's see, this is a tough one. Tilda Swinton.
What is one class you'd like to take here at Oberlin?
Any Spanish class. I'd like to learn a second language, really learn a second language.
What was your best moment as a professor so far?
Gosh, well, I've been here 27 years, but last year, sadly, the day before the semester started, my mother was diagnosed with metastatic kidney cancer. And because she lived at home in Oberlin, only a couple blocks away, I was able to take care of her and teach at the same time. And my classes, I made them aware of this, and they were incredibly supportive. They made me lovely cards. They even cooked dinner for me and my family. The love that they showed was just unbelievable. So that has to be the favorite among many favorites.
What is a book that you recommend people read?
Let's see. One of my favorites is called The Art of Fielding by Chad Harbach. It's set at a liberal arts college. All the characters are in some way connected with the college. It's a great book.
What's the first thing you did this morning?
Check my email.
What was your favorite band in high school?
Genesis.
What
Peter
i-
Gabriel era Genesis, not Phil Collins era.
What's your favorite play or musical?
Tom Stoppard's Arcadia.
Who's your favorite living musician?
Let's see, Johan Johansson, who did the soundtrack for the film Arrival and Sicario and others.
What's your favorite play or musical?
Let's see, musical would be Book of Mormon.
Did you always want to be a professor?
No, I wanted to be a writer or a composer.
If you had to spend 24 hours straight with anyone in the world, who would you choose?
My wife, Kathy.
What was your favorite class in college?
I took a class in my junior year called, the name is really big and long and hard to parse, Operations Research Deterministic Models. That's essentially the optimization class that I teach every fall. So that set off sympathetic vibrations in me. I started to see myself from that point on as an optimizer. Saw that even before I took the class, I was an optimizer. So it really proved to be fundamental to my life.
Do you speak any other languages?
Took 4 years of French in high school, took a semester of German at Oberlin. I took a year of Russian later at Oberlin when I came back to be a professor. I've been doing Spanish on Duolingo now. I don't speak any language other than English well.
And what's the best activity for a rainy day?
Reading.
All right, that's it. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for coming.